If you haven't been hiding under the rock for the past few months, and we don't blame you if you have from the way 2020's been going, then you have seen the face and name of Joe Biden just about everywhere you look. The president-elect is known for serving in office as vice president and largely contributing to American politics. But he is also known to make a fair share of cash as he has been in the law field for the majority of his life. This just leaves one question: how does he spend his money? We'll get into that in just a few short moments, but for now, let's take a look into how Biden got into his current financial standings. And before we get started, I want to give you guys a warm welcome to Luxury Lab. Here we post videos on everything wealth and luxury. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you like these types of videos, be sure to let us know and check out our other videos on the channel. Now let's get started on how Joe Biden makes and spends his millions. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. was born on November 20th, 1942 at St. Mary's Hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Biden claims his mindset was that he wanted to be successful from an early age. This is because his family fell into poverty after job losses and economic disparities. At one point, things were so hard for the Bidens that the family had to move in with his mother's parents. And Biden wasn't just poor financially. He also suffered from learning setbacks and was not a very bright student. In fact, from his college's graduating class, he ranked 506th out of 688 students. Despite this, he was a natural-born leader. Playing on various sports teams throughout school and even becoming class president, Joe made it clear that he would work hard to be successful even if it took all the time he had. He even attempted to overcome a stutter issue when he was a child by practicing talking in front of a mirror. Even factoring into his performance in the 2020 presidential debates, Biden would not let this stand in his way. After completing his undergrad, Biden went on to law school to graduate from Syracuse University in 1968. He met his first wife at Syracuse and got married in 1966, having his first child only 1 year after graduating. Unfortunately, Biden's first wife and daughter passed away in a terrible car accident in 1972. He also had another child pass away just recently in 2015 due to a brain tumor. Even though he hasn't had the easiest past, Biden has persevered to prove himself to many, and we know his family would be incredibly proud of him today. In the same year, Biden was thrown into the spotlight during his Senate campaign. After his success from the campaign, he ended up marrying his second and current wife, Jill. Biden was thrown even further into the public eye for his presidential campaign in 1987. After a hard loss and the stress of being part of the Senate, Biden was rushed in for emergency surgery early 1988. These aneurysm repairs put his career on hold for just a few months, and then he got back to work running for president a second time in 2008. He clearly believes in the mantra, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Biden resigned from the presidential campaign only to go on to be former President Barack Obama's VP. He was sworn in 2009 and was re-elected a second time alongside Obama. He has worked since then to be in the position he is now. But what has he done with the earnings he has made during this time? Being worth a hefty $10 million has its perks. Just ask Joe. The president-elect practically went from middle class to millionaire overnight. As recently as November of 2009, it was said that Joe was worth only about $30,000. We'd say he's done pretty well for himself now that he's worth millions. And if we know one thing, it's that all of his political campaigns have not been cheap, especially his most recent one. According to Investopedia, in the 2020 campaign, President Donald Trump and Joe Biden spent a combined $1.3 billion. That's quite the pretty pennies to take care of a little country. All sarcasm aside, campaigning over the last few decades has cost Joe some cash. He's put millions of dollars into workers, advertisements, and helping countless citizens throughout the past campaign, and it proved very beneficial for him to do so. What a lot of people don't know about Biden is that he has a passion not only for politics, but also for vintage luxury cars. So much so that his beloved 1967 Corvette Stingray made its appearance on an episode of Jay Leno's Garage. Nowadays, purchasing a car like this would cost you at least six figures. Joe Biden doesn't just spend his money on classic cars though. He's actually pretty involved in the real estate market. His 2 Delaware homes are said to be worth a combined total of $4 million. Along with real estate, he's also found other investments as well as pensions. That's not it though, he's got plenty more coming his way to spend. His annual presidential salary is set at $400,000, so we're pretty interested to see what he purchases next. Being in politics for the majority of his life, Biden's style has remained simple to say the least. Biden states that he's pretty old-fashioned, and even when he's given an opportunity to stray from his usual wardrobe, he prefers to stay in a simple button-down and sleek pant pair. He isn't very flashy with his wardrobe, but as we mentioned earlier, he needs to save all he can to show off his vintage car collection. Through and through, Biden still shows up in his classic styles and proves that luxury style truly never goes out of fashion, even when it's displayed on every television and social media outlet across the country. And that's all we have for you today on how Joe Biden spends his millions. What is your take on the 2020 presidential election? If you could swap lives with Joe Biden for a day, what would you spend your riches on? What is your favorite thing that you heard of Joe Biden spending his money on? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. And feel free to check out some of our other videos as well. This has been Luxury Lab, and we will catch you in the next one.